What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am Drew Nearpost once again here for another one. Now, we already discussed the good, the best kits of the 2021 season. Now, just like in life, in soccer, there can be no good without bad. There can be no beautiful without ugly. And yes, we are talking about the latter. We're talking about the bad today. Today, we are talking about the worst kits of the 2020-21 season. All right, everyone. So we're keeping it loose. We're having fun. We're having a good time today. Basically, we're going to roast bad kits. Now, I'm going to show pictures of objects that look like the kits. And a lot of these pictures are circulating or have been circulating around the internet for a minute. Some of them are just so good that I had to include them in the video. Some of them are my own as well. Now, I had to give my 2 cents, of course, on every jersey as to why I don't like them. Some of them are a deep dive. Some of them are pretty obvious, and I don't need to say much. Before we get going, I would like to say that I have a tremendous amount of respect for the designers and teams behind the creation, behind the creative process of these jerseys. I've worked with big teams. I've worked with big clubs. It can get very muddy. There's always layers of hierarchy. There's always a lot of chefs in the kitchen. It is never as easy as you think. With that being said, we're still gonna roast these kids, baby. Now, one more thing. These are all a matter of my opinion. If you disagree, I understand. Some people have bad taste. Hit the comments down below. Let's get into a good old-fashioned internet fight and let's argue. Plead your case. Tell me why the kid is good. Maybe you agree with me. Maybe I missed some kits out. Hit it down in the comments and let's go ahead and get that going. Let's have some fun. Let's kick things off. Starting off with Villarreal third. Wow. Okay, so gradient kits are the worst. Gradient kits with 2 awful colors that don't complement one another are the worst. Now I know what you're thinking. West Ham. Nah, not the same. Also, leave the Hammers alone. We've been struggling enough as it is. Moving along, we have Manchester City Home. Yes, it looks like the bottom of a pool. Yes, it looks like a broken windshield. And yes, it looks like Walter White's meth. Now, these are supposed to take inspiration from the amazing, beautiful, and intricate mosaics that are seen throughout the city of Manchester. Yes, these are supposed to look like this. Yeah, don't get it. Great concept, completely miss it on these ones. Now, on to the other Manchester club, Manchester United Home. My goodness. What are you guys doing? First of all, you have the worst kit sponsor in the history of kit sponsors, and you decide to put it on a kit that looks like a bus seat. You're Manchester United. Do better. Juventus third. Okay, so I feel like Juventus is gassed off of that Palace collaboration that they did from last season. And they did a damn good job with that one. One of the best collections and collaborations I've ever seen. That kit is absolute flames. Good job. Way to push the envelope, but not going too crazy, not going too overboard. To me, Juventus still excels while being simple, especially since their rebrand. They have that clean, sleek badge that looks good on a classic black and white strip or on minimal, clean designs for their away strips. Here on this jersey, I don't know what's going on. It just doesn't fit with the flow. They even somehow made that Jeep sponsor look bad, which to me is one of the best kit sponsors in all of world soccer at the moment. This jersey, I just feel like it's being out there and loud for the sake of being out there and loud. There's no inspiration. There's no ties to Turin. There's no ties to the club. It's just out there and kind of whatever, right? And let's be honest, orange is hard. It's hard to do. It's hard to pull off. And to me, I feel like orange maybe should only be reserved for the Dutch national team. They seem to be the only guys that can pull it off. Oh, and Blackpool. Oh, and Hull City. Oh, and the Houston Dynamo. Yeah, never mind on that one. All right, guys, on to AC Milan third. Oh, my bad. That's Arsenal 2017-18. AC Milan third. Wait a minute. Next one, Real Madrid Home. This one breaks my heart. It hurts. Real Madrid is my first love when it comes to soccer, as many of you know. So Real Madrid is always bound by needing to be elegant and simple with their all-white strip. And I understand that. So that leads to a lot of boring designs. And it's just one of those things you kind of have to accept when you're a Real Madrid supporter. But these are bad, 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 bad. First of all, you have that Condivo 20 template, which I absolutely hate. I think it's one of the worst templates ever. I mentioned it in the previous episode, but you really got to come correct. You really got to come with a crazy design to make that awkward big collar, the boxy silhouette, the gigantic sleeve cuffs. You got to come correct, just like Red Star Paris did. Not an all-white strip like Madrid did with this one. Now, the whole thing with the like pink tiger print accents, I don't know why or where. There's no rhyme or reason for that. It's completely random. Not that I have an issue with pink, clearly, but the issue for me is the inspiration. Real Madrid arguably has the richest history in the world of any club on the planet. You can go back and take some sort of inspiration from any of that history and put it on the kit somewhere. Absolute bummer. Next, Dortmund Home. Dortmund. How many Electabuzzes were massacred in the making of these jerseys? On to Fiorentina Home. Now, when this partnership was announced, I was hyped. You have Kappa, one of my favorite brands, an iconic legacy brand, been killing jerseys for like generations. The Monaco jerseys from this season, amazing. Betis jerseys from last season, amazing. These, a little bit weird. Now you look at them, right? They look decent. They don't look bad. They look good. Now you see them on people. Yeah, it's about the fit here, especially with those weird sleeves. Identity crisis, right? They're not long sleeves, they're not short sleeves, they're kind of in between. Soccer is already plagued by the quarter length warm-up pant. Why do we need quarter length sleeves? Nah, get out of here. On to Wolves Home. Wolves, I have a crush on you. What are you doing? First of all, these black sleeves. Why? Where? They look awkward on the jersey. Don't. Please. Why? Why? Second, we have this print. And at first glance, I know a lot of you are like, that print looks cool. It looks dope. I don't mind it. Yeah, I didn't mind it on Orlando City's jerseys from last season either. Yes, they're using them again this season as well. It's the second season that Orlando City is using them. Now, Adidas literally took a purple jersey, painted it gold, put some ugly black sleeves on them, and then gave them to Wolves. I understand it's difficult for a brand to pay attention to every single team within their catalog, but Wolves deserve so much better than this. Oh yeah, it is time for the grand finale. We are gonna fight, my friends. Yes, it is the Arsenal away kit. Now, this is supposed to be marble, okay? Marble taken from the halls of Highbury. So before we get into all that, let's talk about what this actually looks like. Let's talk about what the internet thinks that this kit looks like. First, you have raspberry swirl ice cream. To be totally honest, it looks exactly like a raspberry swirl ice cream. Second, you have my favorite, Christian Bale wearing a protective coat as he murders his victims in American Psycho. Big fan of that movie. And then last, you have some deep cuts. My man went deep and found some obscure Halloween costumes. Again, lights out with this one. All jokes aside, to me, this is just a really dope concept that was ruined or not. It just didn't really hit like it should have. As I mentioned, this was supposed to be marble from the halls of Highbury. This is a picture of those halls. Now, if you notice anything, you notice that that weird red marble doesn't exist inside of that particular place. What's even more of a bummer is that there's really cool architectural lines and inspiration that they definitely could have taken and kind of implemented on the kit. Now, what's even more of a bummer, it was very simple for people to look at the kit, turn it monochrome, make it look like actual marble, and make it look even better. All right, guys, that concludes the list. Those are my worst kits of the 2020-21 season. If you disagree, like I mentioned, put your case down below. Maybe I missed something. Let me know about it down below. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys soon. Take care.